What's good, everybody? Welcome into your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not even close. I am your boy, the coach, and I got to tell you, on a Wednesday, we've got a very special first cut at 11 a.m. You want to check that out. Also, Early Edge in 5 later today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But before we look forward, we must look back in another winning day at the brand. What do we always say, Freddie Bear? I see you in the chat. We just want to win more than we lose. Look at that. Those are 8 and 5 straight picks. The Tigers plus 1.5. What a bad beat. We had that 1-1 in the ninth. They decide to score, and then they lose by multiple runs in extra innings. Then Early Edge in 5. Yes. How about 3 and 2? I cashed both of mine there. So bring me back on camera, though, AB, because even though there's a lot of positives going on, you know, we're fully transparent here at the show. And last night I sent out a tweet, and I've got to take ownership of that I did not own the Tigers on the run line. So I got a note from the bosses this morning from way up top, not the normal, way up top, that apparently when you're 78 games above 500, and apparently when you are putting out tweets not owning your picks, that is perceived as a little bit arrogant and a little bit cocky. And we do not want to be that here at the Early Edge. So as of today, we're going to come back at you very humbly and with no ego. Hopefully that apology works. Now, with that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. Buckets, what are you doing?
Good morning, Coach. After the day we've had yesterday, where you're on a heater, where you go 3-1 and cash not only 1, but 2 tickets in extra time, well, you know, our future, it's just a little bit bright right now for me and my followers. So we're making it work today.
Maestro, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I'm dumbfounded, but I'm not sure what show I walked into this morning. But good morning, everyone. You know, I love to see the brand picking me up yesterday. Yourself, Buckets, AB, all doing work, making up for my frustrating day. I'll tell you somebody else that's really frustrated. Those are Yankee fans that have to watch Joey Gallo strike out for the 104th time or 103rd time. They bring him in to pinch hit for Kinder Falefa, who had a 13-game hitting streak and had 2 hits because Aaron Boone said he wanted to see if Edwin Diaz could have to get 4 outs. Well, he got 4 strikeouts. That was a very curious move in the Subway Series last night, and the Mets take game 1.
Well, I was just fine with it because I did have the Mets yesterday right here on the Early Edge. And once again, teaching Johnny Bolden, there are levels to this game. That's all I'm saying. Quit shaking your head, Buckets. Now, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines. And I don't even know what's going to come out of his mouth this morning. So, Buckets, storyline, go.
We all love the little scavenger hunt we get to go on every morning when trying to find my soccer bets. But there is an additional level of difficulty in these qualifying games to also bet on just the winner. The reason why this is difficult is because these games have a separation between money line and to qualify for the next round. And we need to know the difference there. If you are betting on a team money line, you are only betting on that team for the first 90 minutes of regulation. If it goes to extra time or penalty kicks, your bet will not matter past that 90-minute mark. If you bet on a team to qualify to the next round, you give yourself an additional safety net where your team can draw 0-0 after 90, draw an extra time, win in penalties, and your bet will still cash. So it's imperative that you know how to bet these games accordingly.
You're damn right. We've got you, we've got the Guru, we got Brant Sutton, and what we're planning for everybody coming up in the fall, coming up for the World Cup, we've got you covered top to bottom. By the way, Sean 50 says, you guys crack me up. I love the show. We're trying to be funny. I'm trying to host a very serious brand, and some of my crew can't seem to figure that out. Now, let's go back to my OG because Larry always stays laser focused. And Maestro, I want to go right back to the Subway Series. Give me a little storyline. Yankees and the word underdog doesn't happen too often. Talk to me.
Yeah, when you look at that line, which is up to Mets minus 175 today with Scherzer against Herman in Citi Field, that might strike you as unusual, and it should, because the Yankees have not been this big of an underdog all season. 136 is the most they have been a dog. That was at Toronto against Manoah. They won that one. They're actually 4-3 as underdogs this season. Kind of incredible. 98 games into the season, the Yankees have been underdogs only 7 times until tonight.
And we're so fired up here at the Early Edge for the Subway Series Game 2 tonight that I want to make a pick right here and right now. Now, we all know what happened on Tuesday, but our good friends at Caesar Sportsbook has so many different bets to offer. And Maestro, because I'm a giving person, I will let you, sir, go first.
Okay, well, you can play the Mets straight up. I think they're going to win the game, but Max Scherzer, you just don't want to lay minus 175 against the New York Yankees, even though they don't have Stanton. I'm going to look at a Max Scherzer prop, and that is Max Scherzer to get the win. That's all he needs to do. 4 starts since coming back from the injury list where he had the oblique issue. He's been dominant. 1.78 ERA, going at least 6 innings every time, 39 Ks in 25 and a third innings. There are other ways to look at this. You could go over 7.5 strikeouts for Scherzer because we actually have a great home plate umpire, Doug Eddings, 19.4 strikeouts per game, the most strikeouts of any umpire in baseball. So you could look at that, but that's juicy. You could look at Max Scherzer under 1.5 walks. He's done that 5 straight outings with 1 or 0 walks, but that's juicy as well. So I'm going to look at the plus money, Max Scherzer, just to get the win. The pitching matchup is a mismatch, and I think the Mets sweep the Yankees.
You just gave like 4 or 5 great reasons in different ways that you can bet one game. So you're going to go Max Scherzer. I'm going to go another way because I also believe that the Mets will win this baseball game tonight. But to kind of protect that a little bit, my gut tells me, and you guys all know at home how good my gut has been lately. I'm going to go Mets team total over 4 runs minus 120. Last night they came right out of the gate. Excitement. The crowd was hyped. They scored 4 runs in the first inning. I believe we see more of that tonight, and they sail over this total minus 120. Now, it's time to get to our board for the day, but before we try to figure out what the hell Buckets is on today, we got to pay the pesky little bill. So let's hear from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. It is time for our board for the day. Now, one big play from SportsLine, and if you're not a SportsLine member yet, oh my goodness, you are so far behind the 8 ball. What are you doing? All my cappers, all my analysis. You even get buckets for one low price of $10 a month. Are you kidding me right now? So, one play today, Astros A's. Houston, they went to Oakland as probably the best team in baseball, and the A's, one of the worst, have clocked them. So today, we're not taking the side. We're going to take the over 7.5, and we're going to love it when they score 10+. This is a great matchup for the over. Both games in this series so far have gone north of 8. And Houston has scored 20 runs in their last 3 games despite getting clocked. All right. When you got 3 all-stars on the show like we do today, you know the order. You know the order. Buckets. Now, despite the turtleneck, we got people over here actually backing you today. That shocks me. But a 3-in-1 day, you got to back that up. So, Buckets, you, sir, are up first. Oh, no!
Come on.
Oh, no! Oh, Mr. Arrogant, Mr. Cocky, Mr. Turtleneck can't unmute himself. Oh, my goodness. So all of that swagger, all of that goes right out the window, big boy, when you don't unmute yourself. Embarrassing. Let me set that up again. Camera Buckets. We might have to cut that out of the show. Our on-demand audience is so big, we can't have you embarrassed. AB, leave this in the show. Leave this in the show.
AB, don't do it.
Leave this in the show. All right. So for the second time, Buckets, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm unmuted, correct?
Yes.
We're all good. Perfect. We've got a full slate of Champions League and Europa Conference matches today. I went through the entire slate and was able to find my 3 favorite picks. Our first one is going to be AIK versus FC Vorskla Poltava. We are taking AIK over 1.5 goals team total. They are one of the most dominant teams in Europa Conference, and they love to put on a show for their home fans. Going into our second match, we've got FC Zurich versus Karlabag FK. We are taking the over 2.5 goals on this one. Karlabag is one of the most offensively dominant teams in all of Champions League. The last 2 times these teams played in the first leg, we saw a 2-3 match where Karlabag could have easily scored 4 or 5 by themselves. We should expect another very aggressive match here with both sides coming out swinging. And going into our third and hardest to pronounce match of the day, we have Slovan Bratislava versus Ferencvárosi Budapest. We are taking both teams to score here because these 2 teams check every single box I look for when I'm looking for some BTTS action. Incredible attacking firepower, absolutely abysmal defense, and both teams are unfortunately riddled with defensive injuries at the moment. We are seeing both sides subbing in some younger talent for their usual star defenders. I love both teams to score in this game.
Did you say that the last score was 2-3?
For the Zurich Karlabag game, yep.
Yeah. How about 3-2 buckets? How about that? How about we say the winning score first? In the chat, Ryan Jones says buckets makes this show what it is. Comedian Mr. 937 laughing my ass off. Classic. Buckets, you're turning the show into a joke. A joke that I'm here for, to be honest with you. All right, now it's time to cash with the coach. I didn't know that was coming. That was awesome. That was awesome. Now I'm really fired up. Buckets, that was awesome. All right. I may have used a different video in there, but hey, we'll work on it. We'll tweak it a little bit. So if you're going to cash with me today, that was freaking awesome. All right. We're going to go 2 big plays. I can't even remember what they are right now. All right. Yes. Texas -120. Take it on the Mariners. It's very, very difficult to get swept in today's day and age for some reason. And Texas has given up leads in both of the first 2 games. John Gray on the mound for the Rangers, 13 straight innings, 0 runs, 7-6 the last 2 games, hasn't given up a run. I like Texas today. Then Rays Orioles. You know, Maestro feels bad about the Rays not cashing for you yesterday, so I brought it right back today. Let's go over 8.5, even money, +100. Now, the last 3 games for the Rays has gone to the under. So this feels very Zach Attacky-ish. I think today goes the teeter-totter effect. It goes to the over. So Texas -120, Rays Orioles over 8.5. All right. Maestro, wasn't that pretty cool? Was that pretty cool or what?
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it really was. All right. All right. We know whenever Maestro's on the show, if you're brand new to the brand, he always goes last. It's called the Maestro spot for a reason. Mr. Hartstein, you're up.
All right, let's go back to Toronto, play the Blue Jays on the run line against the depleted Cardinals. We know no Goldschmidt, no Arenado, and Yepes is out as well with an injury. That's 53 homers. Those are their top 3 power hitters. They will not be in the lineup to face Kevin Gausman, who has already blanked the Cardinals 6 scoreless innings earlier this season. The Blue Jays are just absolutely raking, averaging over 8 runs a game since they made the manager switch. Even if you take out the 28-run outburst, over 6 runs a game lately, and it was 10-3 last night. I love the pitching matchup when you got Adam Wainwright, who's an amazing guy, and he's lasted this long, but on the road this season, the ERA 4.81, the whip 1.40. I think the Blue Jays roll again tonight. I played it on the run line at -115.
Boy, I tell you what, I was tempted to play them on the team total because it does feel like last night you were just waiting for them to hit, and then they end up going to double digits. Man, I love the team total today too. I love that play. Maestro, well done by you. In the chat, Mark says there is no better way to get the betting day started. You guys are great in capital letters. Thank you, Mark, very much. And all of you who continue to make this show what it is, don't forget to hit that like button every time you come into the show. It helps us grow and helps us take on the #1 spot in all of sports betting, despite Buckets being on the crew. Now, grab your paper, Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of AB on the ones and the twos. It looks absolutely glorious. Maestro, 2 big plays today. Blue Jays on the run line. Max Scherzer credited with the win, plus 111. Very special pick for Caesar Sportsbook. Then, if you're going to cash with me, you're going to do with these 3 plays. Rangers on the money line. Rays, Orioles over. Then the Mets team total over 4 minus 120. 1 play from SportsLine itself. Astros, A's over 7.5. Now, on Tuesday, and there is Buckets plays. My apologies. But I can't even pronounce those, so I like to skip over them. All right. Now, on Tuesday, my man AB hit all 3 of his plays. Show your face. Where is that big old fat smile that I love so much?
What up?
I could give you a big hug right now. That's exactly what I would do. That was awesome.
Yeah, do you like that little surprise there?
I did.
Yeah.
It's hard to get one over on me, but you did. But you did. That was awesome. That was really, really cool. I feel like Maestro's probably having a little FOMO right now.
Hey, let me say this. Don't you worry, Maestro. There's something coming for you shortly.
I love it. I love it. In the meantime, I need more tickets to cash, AB. What do we got today?
Yes, sir. All right, so we got 3 plays up here. First off, we're going to go Braves team total over 4. A little juicy, obviously, minus 160. That being said, the Braves have hit or covered this number 4 of its last 5 games, 2 of them the last 2 days against the Phillies. Kyle Gibson, Philadelphia's pitcher, pretty reliable, but I think, you know what, he got shelled for 6 in his last start. I think the Braves are going to get there on that one next. We're going to roll same deal. Brewers team total over 4. Look, Milwaukee's bats, they've been on fire lately. Brewers, they've covered this number 5 its last 6 games. They put up 7 last night against the Twins. And you look at what Twins starter Chris Archer, he saw opponents put up 16 total runs over his last 2 games. We're going to pounce on that one. Lastly, MLS, we're going back to it. Bucket, your area here. We're going Open Cup here. Orlando, New York, both teams to score. All right. Orlando, they've got 26 goals over 22 games. New York, they rank 7th in MLS. They've got 34 goals over 22 games. And the best part, both of them, they love to give up goals too. So we're going to take both teams to score there.
By the way, that is not, if you go to your MLS tab, it will not be there. It's at the Open Cup tab, correct, AB?
Correct, sir.
Okay. So
good show.
Don't go, yeah. Thank you very much. Don't go to your MLS tab. It will not be there. It will not be there. Oh, what a fun show today. That was really a fun show. Buckets, did you have a good time today?
I had a great time today.
Did you? I'm so glad that you did. I'm so glad that you did. All right. Do not forget, coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon, we have a second show. 1 is not enough. Early Edge in 5. We do it 5 minutes or less. More storylines, more best bets of the night in sports. And with that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Maestro, Buckets, AB on the ones and the twos, and doing work when nobody's looking. That is what grows a brand, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we call him our 5-tool player. I am the coach. Tell all your friends. It doesn't matter the day, the time, the sport. We're here every single day since December 2020. We'll be here every single day until the end of time, because that's what we do on the Early Edge. Good luck.